we have some boundary updates. The first one is from the aunt who wrote in about her estranged niece inviting her to her baby shower out of the blue. So she had been estranged from her for over 5 years. There wasn't a conversation beforehand. This invitation just showed up and she was like, oh, is this an olive branch to reconcile? Like, do I get my hopes up? Or is it just like an obligatory invite? She decided to follow her gut instinct as I encouraged her in the video, and her gut said, this is probably just out of obligation. Just don't go and don't get your hopes up. So she didn't go, and she was really happy with her decision because the family members who are also estranged that did attend and give their entire day to this baby shower were cut off immediately after the party. So she was happy with that decision. The next update is from the parents who wrote in. So their child got married, and their new son-in-law, this is like a couple weeks after the wedding, his parents asked if they could use their vacation home to host their friends. So they weren't even asking like, hey, can we go up and bond together as a new family? They were saying, hey, can we use your vacation home as an Airbnb for free? They were not comfortable with this because this is more like a second home to them, and they don't just loan it out to people, especially acquaintances. So they just explained that, but then they offered to host them. So hey, we're gonna be family now. If you want to come, we're happy to host a weekend together. They ignored that invite, but they're really happy to report that their relationship with their son-in-law is intact. So that didn't get disrupted at all through this whole ordeal, and that was their top priority. The last update is from the woman who wrote in about her mom who woke up from a long-term coma. So she was in an induced coma for a very long time, woke up with some concerning changes in terms of not being able to follow parental guidelines, like safety guidelines with her kids, and she kept asking for a sleepover. And this mom was really worried, right? Because she's just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable with my kids with you now since these changes since you woke up. And she didn't know, do I keep redirecting my mom, or do I have a heart-to-heart with her and just be like, hey, here's the things that we noticed. Like, for example, her mom gave one of the toddlers a hot cup of coffee. That kind of thing was happening. And so, it was very concerning behavior. She decided to have a heart-to-heart. So she talked to her mom. She's like, hey, so you keep asking for a sleepover. Here's why we're not doing that. We're just kind of worried about some of the things that are happening. And it didn't go well. Her mom got really upset, really hurt, said she would not be talking to her doctor about any of these changes. And yeah, it didn't end well. It didn't go well. I wanted to share this because not everybody is going to celebrate your boundaries. And the coolest thing though about setting a boundary is, you're just communicating to somebody your limit, and then it's still all on you to mind your boundary. So even though her mom was not receptive of her feedback and encouragement to talk to her doctor about these changes that she's seen, she still has to mind her boundary, which means you're still kind to your mom, you're still courteous, you still show up for play dates with your children so they can see grandma, but you just don't leave them unattended. So you are still in charge of minding your boundary, and I wanted to share that because, again, it's real life. Not everybody is going to be happy about your boundaries, but again, you're in charge the whole time. You're in control to enforce them and hold the line. I want to thank you so much for always taking the time to leave your comments and your feedback. For everybody that asked these questions, you guys are so kind and wise and considerate. This is just such a beautiful community, and those are the updates so far. If you have an update to share, please send us a message. Okay, bye.